Hello, this is Mr. Hassel with another music theory lesson. Today we're on Unit 9, Lesson 35. We're going to talk about perfect and major intervals. If you remember from our last lesson, an interval is just the distance between two notes. They are measured in seconds, thirds, fourths, fifths, sixths, and so on. In the major scale, you have two types of intervals. You have perfect intervals and major intervals. The interval between the keynote of a major scale, or another way to say that is do, and the major scale is the unison, fourth, fifth, and octave of that scale is called a perfect interval. So unisons are perfect, fourths are perfect, fifths are perfect, and octaves are perfect. Every other interval in the major scale is major. So the interval between the keynote of a major scale and the second, third, sixth, seventh of that scale is called a major interval. So a second is major. A third is a major interval. Here's a major sixth and a major seventh. So if you remember, unisons, fourths, fifths, and octaves are all perfect, and seconds, thirds, sixths, and sevenths are major. The diatonic intervals of the major scale. When the keynote, or do, and the upper note of an interval are from the same major scale, it is called a diatonic interval. Diatonic. All diatonic intervals in the major scale are either perfect or major. The perfect intervals are the unison, fourth, fifth, and octave. The major intervals are the second, third, sixth, and seventh. This is true for all major scales. P1 indicates a perfect unison, and P8 indicates a perfect octave. So here is a perfect unison. It's just the same note twice. Here is a major second, major third, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, major sixth, major seventh, and a perfect octave. Number 1, name the harmonic intervals and indicate whether they are perfect or major. So just to refresh your memory, when the two notes are played at the same time, it is called a harmonic interval. When they're played at different times, it is called a melodic interval. So these are all harmonic. You see they're directly above the other one. So this is a major third. This one is a major sixth. This is a perfect unison. This is a major seventh, and notice how I'm using a capitalized M for major. Later on, you're going to learn that minor intervals we use a lowercase, so be sure on major to put an uppercase M. Here is a major second. Here is a perfect fourth. Here is a perfect octave. And here is a perfect fifth. If at any time during this video you need to pause it, that is totally fine. Number 2, write the note above the given note to complete the indicated harmonic interval. Okay, so a perfect fifth above C. So count the bottom note as 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a C up to a G would be a perfect fifth. A perfect octave above F would be the F 8 notes higher. Hence the word octave. Just like an octagon has 8 sides, an octave has 8 notes, or the distance between 8 notes. A major third above G would be B. A major seventh above C, think of as a seventh as an octave minus 1, so think a C up to a C is an octave. Go back 1, that would put us on B. So a C to a B is a major seventh. A major sixth would be an F up to a D. There's our major sixth. A perfect fourth above C would be an F. A major second above G would be an A. Now, because there is not room to write this note right above without them overlapping, you can still write it right next to it and it still be a harmonic interval, but they have to be touching. Those are played at the same time. And then a perfect unison is right next to it. It's got to be touching. This concludes our lesson for today.